presentation of articles.
Actually, mag-uusap-usap din yung first group of impeachment complainants.
Ma'am, sa impeachment, meron na ba kayong balak na susunod na ang Senado after po mausog yung presentation of articles?
Actually, mag-uusap-usap din yung first group of impeachment complainants. Meron kaming meeting this afternoon. Precisely. Yung sa press con kanina ni Senate President Cheese, I have not really watched it, although meron naman na nasa feed ko sa news feed kung ano yung more or less mga highlights nung sinabi ni Senate President Cheese. So he's saying, if I'm not mistaken, you can correct me if I'm wrong, because as I said, hindi ko naman napanood. He's saying that matutuloy yung June 11. But as to exactly what would happen sa June 11, parang hindi pa. Will there be official convening of the senators and impeachment court? Because before they can do anything, before they can ask the prosecution panel, before they can receive and acknowledge the prosecution panel, they can ask the prosecution panel to officially read for the record the articles of impeachment, and before they can issue the summons to the official impeached, the respondent, VP Sara Duterte, kailangan din ang Senado as an impeachment court. Will that happen on June 11? Because kung talagang gusto naman nilang ituloy, ay dapat ganun muna ang mangyari sa June 11. So would be possible on June 11? What if one member would already raise the issue of the propriety, for example, or the constitutionality of proceeding with the impeachment trial na hindi naman na 19th Congress, especially so that June 11 is pagdating na yung sine die adjournment. Although I've always taken the position na actually pwede rin na kahit official adjournment na ng Congress, pwede rin kung gugustuhin ng leadership ng Senado na tuloy-tuloy bago yung 20th Congress. So baka may mga ganong senaryo na pagbobotohan na kaagad before they officially convene or right after convening officially, a member of the Senate would raise that any issue na pwede pang makastall dyan sa impeachment trial na ipuput pa on the table for voting or votation. Yung agam-agam ko, nandyan pa rin yung apprehension ko na kung tutuloy talaga yung impeachment trial.
Hindi ko na-violate po ni SPS Cordero yung constitution sa pag-delay po and not proceeding with the impeachment trial forthwith?
Yes, that's always been my position. That is clearly violative of what the Constitution says. Forthwith is forthwith. Tsaka ilang beses na yan nadi-delay, ilang beses na yan na-postpone. Hindi pwedeng nagtuturuan yung House of Representatives and the Senate. Sinabi, kasi I think si Senate President about that, na in the first place daw, late then, yung pag-transmit, correct me if I'm wrong. So nagtuturuan na sila ngayon. But what is clear is nandun sa Constitution. Para sa akin, yung impeachment trial at this stage, convening of the impeachment court and also proceeding with the impeachment trial is not optional.
Pwede lang po dalhin to sa Korte Suprema at don't question it po sa Supreme Court.
Kasi as much as possible, naniniwala ako sa impeachment, hindi na dapat dinadala sa Supreme Court. Yung kailangan very sparing na lang. Yung hindi ko sinasabi totally, wala nang power ng Supreme Court to intervene in any manner. Whether it's that would bring an issue to the Supreme Court, o kaya yung prosecution panel, o kaya yung Senado ang aakyat sa Supreme Court. I'm not saying na totally hindi na sila pwede. Pero depende sa issue sa Supreme Court. So dito sa usapin na to, lalo na pag i-ano na yan, sasabihin na yan sa next Congress, sa 20th Congress, hindi na kami pwede kasi bago na kami. Kailangan, syempre hindi yan gusto ng prosecution panel. So, baka nga dalhin sa Supreme Court. Kung itutuloy naman, baka naman yung defense ang pupunta sa Supreme Court. I was expecting more from the statements, from the pronouncements from the Senate President kanina sa press con. Akala ko yung para bang anuhin na niya, alisin na niya yung mga agam-agam tungkol dyan na magkakaroon pa ba ng trial. Could have been more categorical that insofar as the Senate is concerned, tuloy-tuloy kami. Whatever is the issue to be raised, basta kami, insofar as the Senate is concerned, itutuloy namin to kasi ito ay mandato namin, utos ng saligang batas. I was expecting that kind of a stance sa kanya earlier, but it was not. Ano pa rin, medyo iffy pa rin, right? Kasi hindi pa rin nakakasiguro.
Sabi ni Senator Laila na yung impeachment. What's your response?
Bakit natin tatanggapin yan? Ang gusto natin lumabas ang katotohanan. Gusto natin na managot yung dapat managot. Sigurado, may linilitis. May akusado. At lilitisin. Pag may linilitis, ay obligasyon yan ng korte. Nalitisin. Hindi pwedeng matanggap yan eh. Kaya nga, pinupush natin ang impeachment trial. Pinaka-avenue, pinaka-forum na malabas yung katotohanan. So, tingnan natin. Depende sa ebidensya. Hindi pwedeng sarado na kaagad sila. Hindi pa nga nakikita yung buong ebidensya ng ebidensya.
Si Attorney Romy Mac, sinabi na may probability na may jurisdiction issue. Yun din po ba yung nakikita niya na reason for any of the camps to go to the Supreme Court? Yung jurisdiction issue?
Para sa akin, ultimately, yan nga ang magiging kasi I think among the senators, ganun. May ganyan ang take ng iba. Some of them have not really expressed anything, but some of them nakikita nyo naman kung ano yung mga inclinations nila so far by their respective statements. Kasi nga, it's really a legal, novel, and open issue. A legal, open, legal, constitutional issue.
So yun din po kayo dahilan kaya dinedelay. Para magkaroon ng jurisdiction issue.
Ay, yung pag-defer pa lang from June 2, ngayon, to June 11, kaagad ako noon, na-alarma kaagad ako. Why? Why do they have to again postpone it? Kung hindi nagkakaroon ng some conflict o pagtatalo on certain issues, and most probably kasama yan sa issue mga pinag-uusapan nila. The jurisdictional issue, meaning, pwede pa ba ang next Congress at Senate to do it?
Tingin nyo deliberate to really delay?
I cannot say. I'm not a member of the Senate. Wala naman ako nakakausap doon. I'm basing my opinion on what I read on the papers and kung ano mga naririnig-rinig ko rin. Hindi ako mahilig sa chismis, hindi ako mahilig sa rumor. Hindi katulad nung sinabi nung isa.
Si Congressman Defensor, he subscribes to the idea na hindi naman maapektuhan kasi parang tinitreat niya mga regional trial court na
Exactly. That's also my position. I've been saying that on certain interviews. Kung i-compare natin sa korte, regular courts of law, madalas naman nangyayari na yung judge na nag-receive ng evidence, hindi natatapos. Either hindi natatapos yung pag-receive ng evidence kasi nagre-retire na o nag-inhibit at iba na ang magpapatuloy. Kasi yung kaso, irire-raffle. Kaso ko. Hindi naman natapos ng mga original judges kasi nag-inhibit sila, yung iba. And the new judges came in. Some of them inhibited again. And then yung isa nga, ay completely, hindi siya yung he was able to decide the case based on the records of the case. Ganon din dyan. At saka yung Senado naman, yung kalahati naman nandyan pa eh. Di ba? Yung mga bago, ilan-ilan lang yung mga bago. So yung mga bago sa Senado, they can always review and study.
parang Supreme Court and bank lang.
Ganon din even sa collegial court, sa mga appellate courts, ganon din.
Ma'am, sorry,
Okay.
what does it say? Kasi as it appears, the contenders for Escudero and Soto are not keen on proceeding with the impeachment trial. What does it say about their leadership and them as senators?
It's unfortunate, very unfortunate kung ganyan sila. Because they are supposed to be one that must uphold the Constitution. They are supposed to be one of the very first, among the very first, that would fight for the principles enshrined in our Constitution. And these are the principles and accountability. Alalahanin natin na ang konstitusyon ng pinaka-supreme. It is supreme over the Senate, it is supreme over the House of Representatives, supreme over all departments of government, whether executive, legislative, supreme ang Constitution. Yan dapat lagi ang tinitingnan nila. I don't know if it's part of a political play or power play within the Senate. I really don't know that. Tungkol sa mga sinasabi nila na because the survey show, although conflicting din yung surveys, correct? Iba yung nandun sa Pulse Asia, iba naman yung nasa SWS survey. Ang lagi ko nga sinasabi, dapat ang public polls, kinukuha yan dyan na ang ebidensya. Katulad din yung sa pre-election surveys na pumaltos. Diba? Pagdating sa election, hindi naman sila tumama karamihan doon sa nasa survey because the real survey is supposed to be election. Ganun din sa impeachment. The real survey must come during the impeachment trial itself pag nakikita na ng sambayanan yung mga ebidensya.